Well, my mum's first experience, and also my first experience here would be quite a few years ago when the building was the old building, Willowburn Hospice, and my Auntie Vera actually was admitted to Willowburn then, and she passed away at Willowburn. So that was my mum and my first experience of Willowburn. And then my mum turned 82 on the 19th of August this year, and the very day after, she was admitted to hospital. When she was admitted to hospital, it was for a chest infection. And when there was x-rays done, they discovered that her cancer had returned and it was very aggressive. And so then I had a discussion with a palliative nurse about what treatment my mum would have. I thought, you know, if my mum's dying, like sort of, let's not do these things, you know, like sort of let her, you know, like sort of die naturally. Like sort of, we didn't have a time scale of how long it was going to be. We didn't know that. I couldn't be given a time scale. I didn't even ask a time scale, to be honest with you. I just knew my mum's poorly. She's now coming to the end of her life. And then the question was put to myself as my mum's next of kin. What do you think about Willowburn? And I was so happy. I was so happy to hear those words. And I said, yes, please. So then arrangements were made for my mum to come to Willowburn. And it was only a matter of days before there was a place, there was a room for my mum. And you know something? The moment I walked through the doors of Willowburn, the doors opened, the second doors opened, and I was greeted by, I could only describe the staff here as just the most beautiful people. And there was just a calm fell over us. And the anger just disappeared from us, the annoyment. And I walked into my mum's room and she looked lovely. She was like sort of, her hair was brushed. She just looked peaceful. She didn't look as if she was in pain anymore. She didn't look uncomfortable. In fact, she looked very comfortable. And she wasn't awake. And the staff said, right, pull a seat, sit round by your mum's bed. And I remember like just gazing around the room and thinking, this is it's like a 5-star hotel room, this. It's beautiful. And then the doors opened out onto the gardens and the little pond and the flowers, and it was just beautiful. And I just thought, Mum, I just hope you know that you're here at Willowburn. I just hope you know. And I did. I sat down and I said, Mum, you're at Willowburn. She was still asleep. She wasn't. I think because from the experience she'd had in hospital to then coming to Willowburn, I think my mum felt it like at rest, like sort of she felt comfortable, like sort of. I don't know whether she knew like that she was in a better place. I mean, she wasn't in that better place yet, like sort of, but she was in a better place, and she was still alive and she was comfortable, and it was, and then I then contacted the family and said, right, to the grandchildren, your nana's in hospital. My brother Arthur, he was on his way anyway, and my mum then was compass mentis. She was having a little chat with us, but she was weak. She was really, really weak. And at that time, Willowburn did say that it's not definite that your mum will be staying here, like sort of, because if she, you know, if she improves or if she plateaus, like sort of, she may have to go to another place, but with the correct care, because she wasn't able to go back to Hampton Manor where she was residing before she was admitted to hospital. But then it was only a matter of, I think, 2 days later, maybe 3 days later, and my wife and I, Isabel, sat with one of the doctors, and they said, you know, like sort of, this is the situation. Your mum will spend her final days here at Willowburn, and I was just so happy that was the case. Beautiful surroundings, beautiful staff, such a calm, and like even today when I've walked back into this building, just even though there's hustle and bustle going on in the cafe, which is beautiful, you know, the community cafe, it's just amazing. But there's a calm, there's a calm in this building, and I think that comes from the staff. I think it's the staff that make that calm. When you get greeted, like sort of that, and like sort of, I believe that the people that you first get greeted by, the volunteers. Do you know what I mean? How wonderful is that? You know, you've got these beautiful people who are volunteers, and then the nursing team, like sort of, oh goodness gracious. I said to one of the nurses, I says, do you know, I says, when you do eventually decide to retire, because like I spoke to several members of staff and they said, well, I should have retired such and such, but I just can't leave. I just can't leave the place because my heart's here. I just love being here, and you know, that's to be commended. It's how many people have a job that they don't want to retire from. They're lucky, and to be caring for people who are inevitably going to pass away, like sort of, you would think that, goodness gracious, that's doom and gloom. But that doesn't seem to be the case at all. These people they're just beautiful. They're just beautiful people and so professional. And I actually said, do you know, what you should do is you should set up a educational program and teach all these new members of people that are coming into care and support and nursing, like how it's actually done. Because I've worked in support work, I've worked in care work, and I've never ever seen it done the way it is here at Willowburn.